Fundamental number 6 involves adjustments to your grip or the positioning of the golf club at the top of the backswing for any player. Now, Hogan talked extensively about the changes that he made, and this were the two big changes that he talked about in Life magazine as the secrets to him changing his golf game, which happened in 1946, which is obviously way back. But from then on, he had the machine built. He had all the adjustments done, and he was a virtual TrackMan machine of hitting the ball better than anyone has ever hit it in the history of the game. And it's a reason why all these great teachers now use so many of Hogan's ideas. Well, Hogan was great before he made these changes. He was the leading money winner for 3 years in a row before the war. And then when he came back from the war, he played great again in 1945 and 46. He was doing okay. But he made this adjustment from a strong left-hand grip and turned that left hand over just a slight bit, an eighth of a degree to the left. In other words, he weakened his left hand. And in conjunction with that, he also worked on his backswing of taking this left wrist and keeping it a little more in this position, not letting it turn into a closed position. He felt like it was slightly cupped. But when I watch Hogan swing at the top, it really looks, virtually flat. So I don't want you to think he was actually cupping his wrist. Now, I talk about this in the fact that you need to adjust your grip to get this club face square. Hogan found that he would occasionally hit a wild hook, and it bothered him so much that he finally just had a eureka moment, is what he called it, when he thought about that grip and turning that club face just a little more open at the top of his backswing. So that's an adjustment that great players make. Golf is always a game of getting better and adjusting, but that was the final thing that Hogan did on top of all of the other adjustments he had done in his golf game. And he talked about these two final things that he did that really made him the unbelievable ball striker and player that he would become from this time forward. So for you, it's how you're holding that golf club, how you're placing your hands on the club. That's your connection to the golf club, and we're looking for a grip that gets the golf club square at impact. So some of you will need a little stronger grip, some need a little weaker grip. But this is the easiest thing to do to change face alignment. Your backswing, since it takes about 4/5 of a second, is a long time in golf time to make a little adjustment in your backswing. Once you start down, it's too late. But getting this club into a little better position at the top or a slight adjustment can really be made by anybody if they know what they're trying to do. So those were the two main things that Hogan did, the final two things that made him great. And that's a part of the swing that I see that the top teachers that I talk to all the time, and I read everything on golf, and I'm listening to the TV commentators, these are the things that they're talking about when they're watching the top pros on the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour on television.